So when editing uh, photos of people, or anything that requires color to be accurate, using these color cards are an absolute time saver and lifesaver, because here we have the gray card, which is what I always will start on. I'm going to increase the brightness just so I can get accurate color. You come over here to this white balance selection here. There's the color or pin drop tool. You go to white, and that will choose your absolute white color. You can be under other Adobe, color profiles, and that might change stuff, but I use Adobe Color for now. So, with that, now we have the white balance set, which you can see a difference between. What I will do is then transfer it over to the color. I copy almost all settings. And I just kind of like to see how the whites look and each color looks, if they're visible. Like this brown's pretty dark, but it's visible, it's good. So I want to reset the exposure back to 0 because I don't want to transfer that change to this photo here. So I'll sync that, and then I'll head on over to the photo to do my edits. Here the exposure already looks pretty good. I won't touch that. But I think it's a little bit cool, so more blue than I want. So I'll go up a little. Add a little contrast, not too much. Then I'll add I'll remove shadows. So if you can see that, it's going to help. So I always try to remove shadows, add a little bit of the clarity, not much, because you can tell if it's overdone. Add a little saturation. Check what it used to look like and what it is now. It's getting pretty close. It looks like it needs a little brightness. Also, I do like to work with max brightness on my screen for true color and whites and blacks. And what else? That looks pretty good, honestly. So, only other thing I'll kind of do is come over here and take a little blues out. Because a lot of the times just unnatural light will kind of cast, or natural light will cast like a blue on the whites. So this will make the whites look a little bit more pure, unless you have blue in the photo that you want. But this is something that I do a lot when there's a lot of white. Nothing really to do here. We have lens corrections that I will sometimes use, but not too much on portrait photography. Tone curve, that is important, but not right now. But what is this histogram. You can look at the blacks. Far left of the histogram is black, which is this going to be the white part is all like your overall photo. And moreover, you get shadows, and I think you could highlight these if you click on it. Maybe not, but I believe you can make adjustments in here. So if you were to drag, it should reduce shadows. So that's one way to do it too, but I don't like that. It's not as much control. well, it depends on what kind of work you're doing. Here, this is where you don't want highlights, so you mostly never want to see like a spike right here. And then you just have your general highlights, which would be your whites that aren't blown out yet. And then here's your just mids, your typical exposure overall. But yeah, histogram really helps out on understanding like how well balanced your photo is. Right now this looks pretty good.